and she, like I said, is releasing the Invisible. Hi.
Hi.
It's Invisible Thread, right? Not
Yes.
Unbreakable Thread? Okay.
Yeah. The series is Unbreakable Thread.
Okay. I was getting all the titles confused.
That's okay.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about this duet?
Sure. So this is a spin-off of my A Little Like Destiny series, and you can see my covers behind me.
Oh, that's cute.
I actually have the hard break with me. But so it's a spinoff. It's a rock star revenge romance, and it's about the drummer from Vale. Oh, and I'm wearing my Vale shirt, but I think I'm too close.
Oh, how cute are you?
I know. I got all like ready for the interview. And so it's about this kind of badass rocker chick who has a vendetta against Ethan, who's the drummer of Vale. And she's out for revenge, and she finds her way onto as the headliner of their tour. And you'll have to read it to see what happens, and I know you did. So
I did read it, and you guys, it's one of my favorite tropes. Y'all know a few of them, so just know I don't want to give too much away because some people don't want to know.
I know,
but some people like me,
no cheating and looking up your keywords, Joy.
Every time I will. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this because I'm on my lunch and I want to make sure we get through it.
Okay.
Have you ever fangirled over another author?
Totally. Last year when I was in Boston, I met Penelope Ward and I fangirled a little bit there.
Oh, I imagine so. Have you ever written fan fiction?
I have not. No. I think I watch Friends all the time, and I feel like as I'm watching it, like little jokes and things kind of are inspired by Friends, but I've never actually written fan fiction. That'd
be interesting to do a Friends fan fiction.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
I think I would really read that.
Maybe I'll do that. Add it to the list.
Yeah, to all the other books I really want from you right now. So, have you ever lied to your editor about how much you had written?
No, and actually I just started working with a new editor for A Little Like Destiny for that whole series. But before that, I edited my own books because I taught high school English for 14 years. I taught college composition courses. And then I relied on a really big and strong beta team for a lot of the content stuff. But it just got too hard to manage such a big beta team. So I ended up switching over to a developmental editor, and then I have a proofreader too. But I've never lied to him. I put all this pressure on myself to get stuff done by the time I say it's going to be done. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever kept it a secret from your family or a spouse or friends that you are an author?
Not my spouse, but like pretty much everyone else you just named for a while, yes, because I write under a pen name. It's my first and middle name, but since I taught high school English for so long, I didn't want my students to find me. So I originally published under a pen name, and I used to be really, really shy about sharing my writing with anyone. And it was actually my husband who's the one who first read something by me and encouraged me to try self-publishing. And so I did that, but I didn't tell anyone I worked with. I didn't tell my parents for probably 6 months. And then they had to guess my pen name, and they never came up with it. They came up with all these combinations of like my dog's name and my street name and all this stuff. Never came up with Lisa Suzanne.
The old stripper name joke they went with?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Have you ever written your own name wrong when you were signing a book?
I've come close, but I've never done it. And actually, it's the reverse. Like when I used to sign hall passes by students, I was so afraid I was going to put Lisa Suzanne instead of my actual last name.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, it's just my middle name. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just my middle name. Don't look that up or anything.
Yeah. Do not Google this. Have you ever cried while writing?
Yes. Yeah, and I've cried while writing. I laugh while writing. Like, I go through all the emotions. And there's a quote, I forget who said it, but it's like, no tears in the writer, no tears in the reader, or something like that. And I totally believe that. Like, if you don't feel the emotions as you're writing them, I kind of wonder, is the reader going to feel those emotions? And that's kind of important.
Yeah. I try not to cry. I try. Well, I often read while my son watches TV, or I'll read at work, and I'm like, I can't really cry right now. I'm like,
People are around me.
right. If I cry and Hunter sees me crying, he will start to cry.
Oh,
And I'm like, you don't have to cry. It's okay. And he's like,
so
why don't you just read something else, Mommy?
oh,
I'm like, but I really want to know what happens.
that's so sweet.
Oh, he can be, but it's fun. I mean, the other day I was walking to check the mail and I was reading at work, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start crying walking to the mailbox. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Have you ever based a character on yourself?
No, not really. Like, I'm sure there's pieces of my personality. Like, I remember my very first book, one of my friends from work that I eventually told that I published books, had told me that my characters sounded like me. Like, she could hear my voice in what the characters were saying. So I think there's pieces of me in there, but nobody's based directly on me, except for the girl who slept with the rock star. That's totally me.
Yeah. I totally had a one night stand with this famous rock star.
I can't tell you who. But
immortalized into a book. Makes total sense. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Have you ever Googled names for the male anatomy to come up with something different?
Oh, yeah. And you've read Not Just Another Romance Novel. And so
Yeah.
the first chapter of that has all these like silly, I forget what they were, like meat curtains or something I read somewhere. But, you know, I had to look up just some funny different words to put in that one just to be silly for that first chapter.
That's funny. I'm going to have to reread that again. I remember reading it, but that was a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that came out in 2015.
Yeah, that's a lot of books. That's a lot of books ago.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever co-written?
No, but I did. Another author and I don't want to say who just in case we do this someday, but we did like plot out a whole story, and then two other authors and I plotted out a story too, and we just never got around to doing it just with busy schedules and stuff. So never say never. It might happen, but we haven't done anything yet.
Makes sense. What is your spirit animal?
I don't know if I saw that one on the list of questions. I gotta think about this. I don't know. I love dogs, but that's kind of a lame, like, a spirit animal.
Do you want to skip?
Maybe an owl, because I like owls. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're wise. Are you wise?
I'm very wise.
Are you constantly wondering how many licks it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop?
Constantly, yes. And I like to stand on like branches and talk to people about glasses too. Have you seen those commercials?
I haven't seen that.
I feel like in this right above me, it looks like he's like kissing my head the whole time I'm sitting here.
Now I'm going to be thinking that.
Someone did this at my last signing too, where I can't tell if I'm in the right spot, but did it look like it was me there for a second?
Gotta get higher.
Higher.
There you go. That's as good as we're gonna get. Oh, that's funny. Have you ever had someone else's character make a cameo in your book?
No, but I've had my other characters make cameos in different books of mine.
Okay.
I think we talked
That's
about
fun
that.
too.
Yeah, like in Not Just Another Romance Novel, there's Dax, who's like a local rock star, and then in Clickbait, the girl who's the main character dated him once upon a time. So he makes a reappearance. And there's a couple other ones like that too, where they kind of make reappearances. So if you've read all the books, you might recognize some characters.
Yeah. I know, obviously, some of the ones were in the 2 series.
Yeah.
Just now, I can't. They did, but that's obvious. They have to be there in the same band.
Like, yes. In this one here, I'll just, do my advertisement again. This one is a spinoff of, well, that one. Are they back? Yeah, they're backwards, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's okay. You can tell it there.
A little bit. I meant completely, but.
Totally backwards, yeah.
Okay. Now for the fun stuff. I guess it's all been fun.
It's all been fun.
Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I'm Team Edward in the books. Do you know what I mean?
So
like when I saw
I
the
haven't
movies,
ever read it. I just wanted
You
to ask the
haven't?
question. No,
So
I haven't read it or watched the movies.
So I'm Team Edward in the books, but Jacob in the movies. Like I think, what's his name? The guy who plays Jacob. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. I know. I picture him. I can't.
I know. I can't think of his name. He's way.
He dated Taylor Swift, though, right?
Yeah, Taylor Lautner. That's it.
There you go.
Close enough. So it was. I like him better than Robert Pattinson. But in the books, I mean, it had to be Edward. It had to be. I can't tell you who it was if you haven't read them. I'm just saying that's my opinion.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know who was picked. So, yeah. This one I have. So,
Okay.
Team PETA or Team Gale?
I was Team Gale.
No. Our friendship is over.
Oh no. I was happy with the ending though. You know.
But why Gale? Did you read the books?
Yeah.
Or just watch the movies?
I read the books before the movies were made.
And you're still Team Gale in the book?
Yeah, like book 1, yeah. Hardcore Team Gale. I know. It's like the best friends to lovers thing. What?
He's kind of a douchebag.
But PETA, like I just can't get on board with the name. I don't know, like a chip, you know. Just made me hungry.
Have you seen all the memes, the pita bread memes?
No.
Or what do you get whenever you cross the boy with bread and the girl on fire? Toast.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Okay, our last question, then we're going to wrap it up. Wow, this is actually going really quick.
This has.
What Potter house would you put Macy and Ethan in?
Okay, so it's been a long time since I've read Harry Potter. I do have them all on my bookshelf, which is like right next to me. But I had to look up just characteristics of the houses just to make sure I had this right. So I think Macy would go in Slytherin because they have like there's some manipulation in there, but there's also like this quest for, you know, I don't know, there's like passion and I don't know, all that stuff. So I think she would be Slytherin. And then I think Ethan would be Gryffindor. And do you know why I would say that?
I don't know why.
Okay, so one of like the main characteristics there was arrogance. And I was like, well, that's Ethan.
Oh,
that's like
yeah.
perfect for Ethan. But also...
But he's also not really arrogant, but he portrays it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but I also think like there's a little bit of bravery there and a little bit of courage on his part, even though like it's not immediately apparent, but I think there is. Got to read it to find out.
Yes, I like that. This is gonna be my new favorite thing. The whole houses for characters.
That is cool. That's a good question.
I think people will like it, right?
So yeah, I liked it.
Do Potter people like that? Because I think y'all do.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know. I think everyone has like at least has some knowledge of Harry Potter. You know, even if they haven't read it. Have you read those?
Yeah. No. No, I am a late reader bloomer.
Yeah.
I didn't start reading until like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
Which is funny because I have a 2-year-old blog. But I kind of said, hey, let's do this. Dive in head first, right?
And I feel like once you find that one book that really speaks to you, like it opens up a whole world and then you just want to read everything.
I went from murder to cozy mysteries to romantic suspense to romance.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, once I realized that I want that happy ending every time, I figured it out quick. Because I can't even read a mystery without romance in it. If you're not falling in love while people are dying, then I'm not cool with it. They have to fall in love while they're dying. Right.
I know. If it doesn't have a romance aspect, I get bored. And it was tough teaching like the classic novels that I had to teach. And like, they're just like these old stuffy, no romance. I'm like, I don't want to read this.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think I paid people to do that.
Okay, I don't teach anymore. I don't care anymore.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't admit that on the internet.
Yeah, this is forever.
I'll delete it. I'll just edit that part out.
We'll have to redo the whole interview because you said that.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I will provide a link through my bio. I'm pretty sure it's already there. But if you go to my bio and then shop, it'll take you to Amazon. It'll get you to my books, or to her books. My book, yeah. So, you'll go ahead and check it out. If y'all are watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit like, thumbs up.
Do it. Thumbs
And
up.
Facebook, too. Do it all.